second of all, I'll be very honest with you. Um, I knew it was a possibility because it's always a narrative
Yep.
that the SEC is the strongest conference and voting when it comes down to one loss teams, who is again and who
Yep.
played who. But I thought last I checked, ACC was a Power Five school going 13-0, undefeated. I mean, this may be one of the first chances you don't get a chance to play in that particular game. And it was very upsetting because you think about just the opportunity that you robbed this kid, Mike. We had a third string true freshman that had a great defense and
Yep.
they won the game. We were very disappointed.
What do you chalk it up to, LeRoy? I mean, obviously we know it came down to Florida State and it came down to Alabama. We know Alabama, Nick Saban, SEC. Why did this happen? They had a loss. Florida State didn't lose.
Right.
Why? What's the why? Why? What's the explanation for this decision?
This is what I think. Now, I think for the most part, they're thinking about putting teams in there that may get blown out and it doesn't help the playoff situation. But to me, I think one of the things that was kind of disrespectful in a way when the committee comes back, the spokesperson or the guy that's over it, well, if Jordan Travis had played, okay, they would beat them and we would have put him in. Why would you mention Jordan Travis's name and have him carry that on his back the rest of his
Right.
life? And he's may never play at Florida State again. He's going to be in the pros. So
Right.
I also think that, let's be honest, they don't think ACC is a good conference. So you know what, Mike? We're going to have to leave. We got to get out of the ACC if we want to win a national championship.
Wow.
We got to go. So I just don't know. But the SEC is in everybody's brain that a one-loss team is better than a 13-0 team. So I think for them, it came back to money. Money. That's the reason why the Texas, big fan base, Alabama, big fan base. But how can you? So the rankings mean nothing anymore.
Right.
It means nothing. And the championships don't mean a lot. So why Georgia wouldn't get a chance to be in there too? So very confusing.
Right. And I've heard some people make the case or try to make the point, hey, it's about picking the best teams. But if that were the situation, then Georgia would probably be included in one of those four teams, despite what happened with Alabama on Saturday. Are a lot of people saying that, LeRoy, or is the talk amongst former players that, hey, we can't get to that championship game clearly in the ACC because there's nothing more we could have quite possibly done this season, and we have to get out of there? Is that what are a lot of guys saying that today?
Yes, Mike. I bet you I got 50 calls from people. Man, y'all got to get out of
Wow.
the ACC. This is
Wow.
not basketball. Football bring in the money. I mean,
Wow.
Norvell, platinum coach. He won with a first string, second string, and third string. Not all
Yeah.
the coaches do that, Mike. And real quick, he's the only coach had to play with a true freshman, I think, that was third string, and he still won. So you
Yeah.
rob these kids of a chance at a national championship.
Yeah, you feel horrible for the kids. You absolutely feel horrible. This is not obviously something that comes around every year, possibly a
Exactly.
once in a lifetime opportunity. It's gone. LeRoy, before I let you go, I want to ask you about on the happy side of things. Last night, Sunday Night Football. Look, a lot of people think the Chiefs are the best team in the league, and they come into Lambeau and they got sent home with an L. What have you thought? Jordan Love looked great out there. What were your impressions of that game last night? Things are rolling right now for the
Yeah, we're
Packers.
we're very excited. But before I get off the CFP, it
Yeah.
stands for Certified Fraud Playoffs.